Hi guys, you are watching Etcetera with me, Est. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good ish. Today I am reviewing Insecure Season 4 Episode 2. We have been waiting for Insecure. It feels like more than a year. I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, I'm sure there wasn't an Insecure last year. I'm so sure of it. I could be wrong. Last week's episode was quite good. We can see the dynamic between Issa and Molly slightly starting to change. Molly and Issa, as I said before, their relationship seems a bit strained. Last week, Molly, made reference to the fact that, your life doesn't have to be this messy, in reference to her working with Condola, and Condola is dating Lawrence, who happens to be Issa's ex. She was with him for 4 years, and that broke down because she cheated and he was a bum and all that stuff. Can I just say, Condola is a stupid name. Like, of all names to name a character, every time I think of Condola, I just think condolences. And obviously condolences isn't a good thing. But, okay, Issa, I guess. So Molly really pissed me off last week because I felt like she could see Issa did something good, and Issa's normally the friend that's kind of messing up. So she was kind of, I don't know, just felt like she was trying to bring Issa back to the level she's used to Issa being at. And I think Issa kind of clocked onto that vibe, and Molly goes on another date with the Asian guy, Asian bae, I can't even remember his name. They end up fucking, and you can see that Molly is starting to like this guy. And I'm surprised they even had another date after the way she treated him. He looked like he was hitting it. He looked like he was hitting it. So Molly likes him, she's telling the girls about him. And she's like, you know what? I like him, but I don't know, because he's not really opening up to me. I'm the one that does most of the talking. And, I get where she's coming from, because when you first start talking to somebody, and especially talking, to someone a lot, and you're going on dates and you're busting jokes, at some point it's kind of like, okay, we need to have kind of a conversation with depth. But in the same regard, you can't force people to open up about their past, about things they're going through. I don't know, I feel like she tried to create an environment that he could talk about stuff that was going on in his life, but I don't think she did it in an organic way. So he just felt kind of like, okay, but why are we talking about this? That's the vibe I got. So jumping over to Issa and Condola, there's still some awkwardness between them that they kind of fix quite early on in the episode, where, they talk about, I think it's, what's his name? Lawrence. They discuss something about Lawrence, or about him liking mayonnaise or something a lot. And they can't bond over that, but it just broke the ice a little bit, And I can't really tell if Issa still has feelings for Lawrence. So later on, when Condola and Lawrence were together, she brings up the fact, always brought up that, they laughed over the fact that he really likes mayonnaise or something like that. And he didn't like it. I mean, he said he was all right with him, but he didn't like it. And he's discussing it with his boys, and he's like, you know what, like, I don't like it. Do I tell Issa I don't like it, or do I tell Condola I don't like it? And he chooses to tell Issa. Like, he goes to her house just to tell her, I don't really want you guys talking about me. Okay, you're gonna drive over to your ex-girlfriend's house, not tell your current boo that's what you've done. I mean, and later on in the episode, Issa asks, is it okay if I bring it up that, that I saw you the other day? And he's like, nah. You see, that when stuff like that starts happening, it's just a recipe for disaster. The situation is messy. As much as I don't necessarily agree that Molly should have said it at that moment, or how she said it, the situation is messy. There's one thing to be working with somebody that your ex is currently with, and you dated 10 years ago, or you've since moved on, and you weren't even thinking about him. But when somebody is just kind of recently broke up, you haven't been too long broken up, especially the way they broke up as well, it's just messy. Even Condola, I mean, it's a messy situation for her, because you're dating somebody who is the ex of the friend and the business partner. That it's a messy situation. Oh, I almost forgot. Issa is getting dicked down by Mr. Blobby. Okay, I didn't mean Mr. Blobby. You know, a thickums. I mean, last episode he was drilling her out. This episode as well, he was drilling her out. I mean, he even asked her to press the booty button. You know, to activate the booty button. You know, I love Issa Rae for this, because I did not expect, especially last episode, I did not expect to see him fucking her like that. And it's vigorous, and you can just see all his love handles and all that shaking jelly. You see, I don't normally go for the thickums, because I'm a bit of a thickums as well. Like, I've got a lot of jiggly stuff around, and I just feel like two people with jiggle it'll just be a mess. It doesn't mean I don't love the big guys. You know, you can be handsome. It's just not my taste. I've always preferred the slim physique, nice build but slim. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm the only person that should be having roles in the relationship. Okay, back to Molly and Issa's friendship. I think Issa was eating with Condola, or they must have been talking about the concert they're trying to put out. Molly comes, she wanted to have like alone time with Issa, but Issa, invited Condola to stay. And in that moment, I get where Molly is coming from. Sometimes you just kind of just want your friend. She wanted to, open up about the situation with Asian Bae. And she doesn't know Condola, so obviously she's not going to be telling her business to someone she doesn't know. And obviously with the fact that their relationship has been a bit strained as of late, she wanted that alone time with Issa. And Issa kind of didn't really get that. Which in itself I think is a problem. So I get where Molly's coming from. I don't necessarily think it's jealousy. It could be jealousy. And later on in the episode, they're hiking, and Issa kind of makes a comment, and she says, you know what, why does it seem like you're trying to find a problem with this guy, in reference to Molly and Asian Bae. Molly is the type of person who, on paper, she ticks all the boxes. She's a pretty girl, she's got a good job, she lives in a nice place, she's fun. On paper, she's done everything that she's wanted to do, or she's on the, in terms of her professional and I guess aesthetic. But then in relation to her love life, she's still kind of thotting and bopping. And if nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is. I think she's getting to the point in her life that she realizes, oh, I actually don't have my shit together as I thought. And a lot of the relationships and the situationships she's been in over the last couple of seasons, have all ended horribly, because she's trying to make something work or follow a prototype, what she thinks a prototype is, of a perfect relationship or how something should work. I just hope that this season Molly grows, because I haven't really seen much growth in her personality. I still think she's very emotionally immature. And I guess Issa is kind of, elevating in terms of her maturity and how she's handling situations and conflict and her confidence. And Molly isn't doing that. And I think that's probably where their friction is coming from. They've probably outgrown each other. Oh, and side fact, do you think Molly's boss, I don't know if it's her boss or her colleague or whatever it is, that there might be a thing there? Because I don't know, I felt like those scenes were a bit out of place, like it didn't really add to the story, but obviously it could be building for something else later on in the season. I don't know. I'm just doing some predictions right here. So, I mean, as per usual, the episode's only like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, so it's quite short, but enjoyable. Well, guys, that was my review. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you for the next review. Bye.